Are you dealing with a lot of conflict in the workplace, particularly in your systems engineering job? Well, the good news is there are things we can do to engage it before we elevate to management. Now, as systems engineers, a lot of us do need to handle some conflict. Sometimes if we're delivering a requirement that people don't like, but it's a requirement, then we might get some sour looks and some hurt feelings. Fortunately, a lot of us act professionally and we can accept a technical disagreement of opinion, but sometimes there's real disagreement on how to do it and some conflict. Now, the first temptation, at least for myself, I hate handling conflict. I tend to avoid it. I am working on it, but I tend to either hope it goes away or sometimes I'll try to elevate the management maybe before I should. And in general, it's not something I like to deal with. But I need to if I want to be a successful systems engineer, and I would argue you as well need to at least be able to handle basic conflict. Now, if there's physical safety, that is different. That immediately goes to management or human resources. If you feel unsafe, also that includes if you're feeling sexually harassed. Okay, that is a violation of a code of conduct. That is different than just conflict or boorish behavior that is benign. Okay, sexual harassment is never benign. Now, if we do just have technical conflict, then there are ways to actively listen. But what I've found helps the most is to make it safe and even just approach in a curious way. To assume noble motive. Okay, so 3 quick things there. There's try and make it psychologically safe. So you're not judging the person, they don't feel attacked. To assume noble motive. This is also called Master Our Stories, and that's from Crucial Conversations, the book. And then the third is to engage, to ask questions and try and assume they're doing things for a valid reason, and we need to ask and figure out what's going on there. For a bonus tip is not ignore it. Okay, we can't ignore it. Only in the rarest cases have I seen it dissipate. And I think in that case, the person was naturally moving on to a different job. So that was generally not a fit. So I don't like dealing with conflict. You probably do not like it either. But if we're going to be systems engineers, particularly if we're going to be leaders, but even if we're not leaders or managers, we've got to get a handle on this skill just so management doesn't have to do it all. That involves, trying to make it safe, assume noble motive, assume they're doing things for a valid reason, and ask the question, but above all, don't ignore it, particularly if it's starting to progress. If we do those things, we're going to have impact, and they're going to want to make us the lead because we can navigate conflict. And if we can navigate conflict and maybe not settle it, but at least keep it tamped down, now all of a sudden our team's getting work done and we're meeting our deliverables. We're a productive team. People who lead productive teams tend to get promoted. So, comment below, let me know what you think. If I've got it wrong, if you agree, I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you in the next tip.